right, everyone is stressed, believe me, as the impact of COVID-19 continues to be felt globally. So it's important for employers to keep their teams motivated as things change within the business. Joining us via Zoom to help with this discussion is Loy C.A. Walters. She's president of the Human Resource Management Association of Jamaica. They call themselves Hermage, not so, Lois?
Hermad. Morning,
Morning.
Delia.
How are you, Miss Loy? You good?
I'm quite fine. Thank you very much.
All right.
It's
So let's
nice to see
start
you.
first of all by getting an overview of how COVID has been affecting businesses in Jamaica from your perspective.
I think COVID has been both positive and negative. COVID has brought technology to the fore. A lot of a lot of companies and organizations are now using technologies in ways they didn't before. Normally, I'd be in studio with you. Now I'm on Zoom. And so organizations are using technology, but it has affected persons' motivation. Some persons are afraid to come out to work. Some persons don't know how to operate in this new space, and so they have to learn how to operate with COVID because they now have to pay a lot more attention to occupational health and safety issues that before. And HR also is now front and center. Some persons didn't realize how important human resources were until now with COVID. Human beings are not like machines, so human beings need special attention and need special care.
What are you hearing in terms of productivity, Loy? Because I hear some companies saying productivity has shot up because people are at home, they're in a comfortable environment, they're working on their own time, but they're getting more done because there are less distractions, phones ringing. Other people are saying, this is not for me. Me need to go back to office where there is some structure and I can work in a space that I'm used to. What are you hearing about productivity generally?
Actually, hearing both, Simone, because some persons, it's fine. I don't have to go in the traffic. I can sit at home, I can work, and I can do work. And especially when they have young children and the young children are on summer break, they are fine. They can work and they're on top of it. What you find that some places the productivity is low because they have not sat down to do the business process re-engineering. They have not sat down to look what output do you want from your employee in this time. And unless if you're just doing what you have always done, you'll get what you always get.
Correct.
And that is insanity as well. And so you have to stop to look and see what is it that you want to accomplish in this time and modify your targets and your performance management system so that you can get what you want to get out of it. You also find that some persons are suffering from burnout, Simone.
Yes.
Because they can't stop.
Right.
They're at home and they're working from home.
From morning to night.
Get up. They would get up and talk to a coworker for a second and brainstorm something. It's a little more difficult. They probably would have to Zoom them or Skype them or Teams them. And also too, they're at home, so they work through the night. They work late at night. So there has to be a work-life balance that we have to engage in COVID. And we find that people are sitting down more. They're not exercising.
Yeah. How important is staff morale at this time, Loy? Because people say you have to keep your staff morale high, and people are like, what? Them get paid. What is staff morale? What is it and how important is it?
It is very important because there are 4 key skills that in any changing environment, you have to pay attention to. You have to pay attention to communication. You have to be ahead of the rumor mill because if you don't tell them, they are going to hear from somebody else and might not hear what they need to hear. You have to pay attention to openness. People have to know how you are feeling. You are worried too. What are your concerns? So as an organization, leadership, are you paying attention? Are you being open to say, we're not sure how the finances are going at this moment, but we are we're working with it, so you're doing that kind of open. Are you providing the kind of support they need? Some people need empathy. Some people need to, you need to give them strategies of how they can manage in the short term what is happening now. How are you going to establish norms so they can talk and express themselves? Because if people don't share their worries and concerns, it's going to bottle up and come out negatively. And the fourth key is experimentation. You have to experiment because you're in a new season.
Yeah.
You're in everything is changing. And so you have to pay attention to that. And so to motivate staff, Daly and Simone, we have to pay attention to 5 languages of appreciation in the workplace. But for that to happen, you have to have relationship with your employees. So what are the 5 languages? I'll tell you them quickly. Words of affirmation. There are people who like to know that they have done a good job. So good job, Delia. Simone, you are on the ball. I'm going to put a letter on your file to say that you've done that kind of recognition. And the second one is acts of service. Some people don't want you to tell them they did a good job, but help them with a difficult project. I heard you talking earlier about some children not having food to eat. And maybe you could do a food basket for a family that they're struggling. You could deliver a food basket or a little lunch delivery.
That's for staff.
For staff.
Yes,
For staff.
Yes.
For staff, because some staff members really, only when they come to work, they really eat properly.
Yes.
Because they can get some of Simone's lunch and some of Delia's lunch. And
or the food is subsidized.
And get some of his food. That kind of thing. So that's acts of service. And then some people want gifts. They want the material reward, the trophies. I got a trophy. I got a medal for what I've done. So you can have using the COVID protocols, do a rewards and recognition ceremony.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, ceremony. So that purpose say, yes, up to last week, I actually went to one, and what they did, they had a plaque on the wall to recognize staff. And so staff felt really good that they were the top performers. And the fourth one is quality time. Some people, they don't want anything else but some of your time. So as the leader, how FaceTime, on one-on-one meetings, check-ins, staying in touch with them. How are you doing today? Because those persons need quality time.
Yes, Lloyd, we're almost out of our quality time. so I'm going to ask you to just complete the list for us. I know you won't be able to expand on it. Just complete them, and then quickly talk and quickly just give us the details on the seminar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the physical touch is the last one. That one we have to now limit because, as you know, it's COVID time.
Right.
But we also, Hermage wants to invite you all to our 40th. This is our 40th year. Our 40th HR and Leadership virtual masterclass. It will be on resilient leadership for a disruptive future. It's on November 19th to 20th this year, 2020. And you can go to www.hermage.org for further details.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Loy. Some great tips there and some important ones if we're going to forge ahead effectively in organizations with our teams. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you for having us.
Have a great day, Loy.
Loy C.A. Walters, President of the Human Resource Management Association of Jamaica.
I think the one that's very important is about that one-on-one time, which we think we can't effect now. Yes, we're Zooming for all these meetings, but you'd be surprised if one day your boss just Zooms you to find out if you're okay.
Yeah.
Are you okay? Yeah. Are you coping? You have to get into too much, but just that feeling of I matter, or he or she cares about what's going on with me. So, yes, some good tips from Loy. We appreciate them. Glad to hear them this morning. And we're heading now from the office desk to the surgical. Who is going to the surgical? Daily are going to go.
It's virtual.
Oh, okay. After the break, we speak to a former desk clerk who became a neuroplastic surgeon, scientist. Soon come.